Bonjour, Kikwe Miniwa, Maingan Nidishtikas, Maingan Ninjudem, Anishinabeg Mishigama, Kichigami Ninjuba, Ninish Kichijak. Hi, my name is Jess, but I also go by Earthwoman and Wolf. I am of the Wolf Clan, and I am Anishinaabe, Ojibwe original people from Michigan and the Great Lakes. I am also a two-spirit individual. So for this talk, I really just wanted to share a little bit about working in a technology industry. So as somebody that knew at a very early age that I was two-spirited, I knew that meant that I would be interested in many different things. And in our society, we have this tendency to label gender. You're male, you're female, you're this, you're that. You like to play with dolls, you like to play with cars and build things. But for me, growing up, as somebody who was two-spirit, I didn't feel that normal understanding of gender. I wanted to climb trees. I wanted to use power tools like saws and bows and axes and chop wood, but I also wanted to sew, and I wanted to bead, and I wanted to do crafts with my mother and my grandmother and my aunts. And I wanted them all. I wanted all the things all at the same time. And so now I work for a technology company in California, and I am one of few people in the technology industry that I have been in now for almost 15 years. I am one of few people that would be of a female, of a woman gender. Even though I see myself in both genders, I often present as female. Most of the time people use she pronouns to refer to me in the female gender. But in technology, it's harder for a woman to get that same recognition. And it's harder even more for anyone of color, for anyone of different upbringing. And certainly there's an underrepresentation of Native peoples in technology. But that should not stop you from doing what you love. So my point in saying this about being two-spirited is that I did not let people stop me from doing what I loved, because that's what felt right to me in my heart. So in order to succeed in a technology industry, and I don't even know 15 years later if I would consider what I have in my life if I see everything as a success. But what I have done is I've grown and I've learned. And what I have learned is that it is very important to be passionate, to care about, and to love what it is that you do, because you are spending so much time of your life in your career, in your work field. And being in a technology field can be very demanding. It can mean, having to know lots of math and lots of scientific principles. It can sometimes mean coding. It can mean all sorts of things that are not something that would be considered traditional for a woman, or traditional, a traditional field for people of color as well. So what I can say is, first, do what makes you happy. If math makes you happy, then do math and pursue math and keep going and don't let anyone or any failure stop you, because what you love and having passion about your career and doing what you enjoy is the most important thing. You're going to have problems. Everyone has problems. I've had many problems. You're going to run into roadblocks and barriers. You're going to run into failures. But if you keep going, you will ultimately find the happiness that you're looking for. So that's my first piece of advice, is don't stop, just keep going. My second piece of advice is really not just about what it is you know. So it's not, when I say that, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. It's not, that does not mean that you have to know everybody in the world to succeed. Not at all. There are lots of people that I've met, that I've encountered, that I've worked with that I didn't know before I started working with them. But when we say it's about who you know, it's actually about knowing people. And so you can be really great at math. You can be really great at science. You can be really great at coding, but you also have to know people. And when I say know people, I mean know how to communicate, know how to be empathetic and understanding, and most importantly, know how to listen. There are lots of times that you will feel like you have the answer and you just want to shout it from the top of your lungs, I know the answer. But you also have to listen. You have to talk to those people around you and get to know them and get to know their perspective and see that we all bring something to the table. We all have diversity of perspective. We all have experience, and we all have something valuable to bring. So getting to succeed in any industry, technology or otherwise, is being passionate about what you do. Being good at what you do. You should always continue to work on it, to learn more things, to improve your skills, to learn a new skill, to continue to be better at what it is that you do. From a technical standpoint, you have to be good. So be good at what you do. Be passionate about what you do, but take time to make sure that you know people. And getting to know people will help you to succeed. And if you don't know people, or you don't have an opportunity to work with a lot of other people, then ask others around you, people of the community, mentors, advisors, teachers, ask for connections. Ask for connections to other people and start building a bridge to getting to know other people. Because you'll see that the more people that you build connection to, the more connections, the more doors will continue to open. So, for example, when I first started this particular role that I'm in, which I've been in about 3 years now, same company I've worked for 15 years, but I started a new role 3 years ago. And when I started the role, I just knew a couple of people on my immediate team, like 5 people that I knew in my new job. But I asked my manager, I said, I want to know this people and this team, and I want to know this person and this team, and I want to have an understanding of what they do. And I want to have an understanding of how what I do relates to what that other person does. Do I work with them? Do I share information with them? Do I work on projects together? And so I asked for the connection. I said, can you please connect me with someone? So she gave me some names, and I reached out to those people, and I made a connection. We just had quick chats, introductions, learned a little bit about each other, and I asked for them to share with me what they did and what their role was. And by getting that connection, it provided me a foundation to know that when I needed help in the future, I could reach out to so-and-so for this thing, and I could reach out to so-and-so for this thing, and I could reach out to so-and-so for this thing. And so what I learned is that by making these connections and taking time to build these connections in the beginning, is that actually gave me success. Because when I struggled, or when I had a failure, or when I needed help, I had lots of people that I could reach out to. And so I continue over these 3 years, from then to now, I continue to build connections. I continue to build relationships. I reach out to people and ask for their insight, and ask for their wisdom, and ask for their experience. Because the more connections I make, and the more I ask for help, the more that I build the relationship for the future. And those people then can also come to me when they need help. And so we support each other, and it goes around and around in a circle of supporting each other. And getting to know more people has actually introduced me to things in my company, to opportunities for special projects or for opportunities to work on something really cool, because I had the connection with a person. So just one more time to go back. Do what you love. Be passionate about it. Do what makes your heart happy. Do it really well. Be the best. Continue to learn and improve and grow and build skills. And lastly, and maybe almost most importantly, connect with people, build relationships, and truly listen. And that will give you the key to success in technology or really in any career. Che miigwech. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.